Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair hosted by StriveScan. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started with today's wonderful set of presentations. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time throughout the presentations. This is a webinar, so your microphone and camera are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. When you are asking questions, we do encourage you to indicate which institution you're asking the question to. This helps our panelists answer those a little bit quicker for you. This is just one of many sessions happening today, so be sure to go and sign up for more. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. I'd now like to turn it over to our wonderful presenters, and we're going to go ahead and start first up with Stevenson University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Fitzgerald, and I'm Associate Director of Admissions at Stevenson University. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen, and we'll move forward with the presentation. Stevenson University is located in Owings Mills, Maryland, Baltimore County, so just about 30 minutes northwest of the city of Baltimore. You can see the star there on the map as we're zoomed in a little bit closer to the Baltimore, Washington area. Just a short drive, from the York, Harrisburg, Lancaster area in Pennsylvania, maybe just a 2-hour drive or so from the Philadelphia region, about 3 hours from northeastern Pennsylvania. So very accessible. Down 95 or down 83 is what I'm most familiar with as far as the routes. You can see we really try to take great advantage of our location, being not too far away from Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Annapolis. We have a whole lot of resources at our disposal for not only jobs and internship opportunities for our students, but even just a fun day out with friends. Over on the right side of the screen is an aerial view of our campus. I won't take too much time explaining that. We hope you'll come for a campus tour so that you'll be able to see it a little bit more clearly. However, I will say that we are a very modern campus. Much of our building has happened in the 2000s. We've been in a real growth period, and we're not quite done yet. So you see an area there labeled for future development, and we are indeed continuing to grow. Some nuts and bolts figures about the university. We are a relatively small private liberal arts university with a distinct career focus. About 2,700 full-time undergraduate students at the university, and that lends itself to small class sizes, which I personally really like because it enables a lot of great interaction between the students and faculty members. So 17 students is our average class size, with a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio. No large lecture halls on our campus. You won't even find those facilities. And we have a diverse student body. About 42% of our students identify as a member of a racial or ethnic minority group. One of our core values at Stevenson that really stands out and informs everything that we do with our philosophy regarding education is our connection to career. As you can see on the slide, not only do all of our majors provide opportunities for internships, research, or a capstone project, but that is so central to who we are that it is actually required for graduation in all of our majors. So the Career Connection Center can help you, your faculty connections can help you, but do know that with a Stevenson education, you will be graduating with very hands-on practical experience that will help you with your job opportunities, graduate school interviews, whatever it may be. You'll be building a resume along the way. Here is a list of our undergraduate majors. They're divided between 6 undergraduate schools. Among our most popular are nursing, biology, business administration, criminal justice. We have a large deciding population as well. So if you don't quite know, but you love all the other aspects about Stevenson, you have time to pick your major, and that is perfectly fine. Nursing and biomedical engineering require specific admission to the major, whereas our other ones, you are able to indicate it on your application for admission and then be admitted to that major as a freshman. Our nursing program is direct admission, so you'd be considered a nursing major all 4 years if admitted. We also have a number of pre-professional advising areas and a number of minors, both academic and professional minors. Now on to the application process. We are free of charge in order to apply. you'll see that the common application is used or our own through our own Stevenson University website. And then you just choose whichever method works best for you. And then you ask your school counselor to send us your official high school transcript. And then you submit an essay and a short response as well. We are test blind, which means we are not considering the SAT or ACT, even if a student submits them. So once those three required pieces, the application, high school transcript, and essay are received, then your application will move through our admissions committee on a rolling basis, and we get back to you by postal mail in just about 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes we're even ahead of that. We have a number of scholarship opportunities as well. Merit-based scholarships are automatic consideration. You will find out in your admission letter if you also qualify for a scholarship, and they range from $10,000 to $20,800 and are renewable for 4 years. The other 4 on the screen do require separate action or applications on the student's part in order to be considered. The first of those is the Presidential Fellowship, a full tuition competitive scholarship opportunity. If you have a minimum 3.7 GPA, you may be interested in throwing your hat in the ring for that opportunity. Next is leadership scholars and service scholars. If you have a real passion for leadership development or community service, you may be interested in participating in these opportunities during your time in college, along with a $2,000 per year award if you are selected to participate. If you're interested in one of our visual arts majors or our theater and media performance, you may be interested in submitting a portfolio or doing an audition for consideration for a scholarship there. And we also have an interview-based founder scholarship. We are running in-person campus tours at this time, so I do encourage you to schedule at stevenson.edu/visit. And here is my contact information. I'm also available through the Q&A this evening if you have any questions. We look forward to seeing you on campus. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Luzerne County Community College.
Good evening. How is everyone? Go ahead and share my screen. My name is Kristen Nice. I'm with the admissions office at LCCC. Just a little bit about Luzerne. We are a community college that services the northeast corner of northeastern Pennsylvania, and we are the most popular college in Northeast PA. We have a nice small student to faculty ratio of 13 to 1, even though we do service 4,000 to 5,000 students each year. And that is because we have lots of different campus locations. Our main campus is located in Nanticoke, Pennsylvania. It's about 10 minutes south of Wilkes-Barre, PA. And in addition to the 14 buildings on the main campus and the 2 buildings in downtown Nanticoke, which are the Health Science Center and the Joseph A. Paglianini Culinary Arts Institute, we also have 7 branch campuses in Scranton, Pittston, Wilkes-Barre, Hazleton, Berwick, Watsontown, and Shamokin. We are an open door admissions school. What does that mean? That basically means that when you send us an application, we send you an acceptance letter. We do not use SATs or ACTs and never have. But you do need to submit a high school transcript if you plan to apply for financial aid or for any of our health sciences. And if you are a transfer student, we do need college transcripts if you are planning to try to transfer any of those credits in, or if you're applying to the health sciences. We have many, many academic majors and programs. So on this slide, we have them grouped together so that you can kind of get an idea of what we have available to you. And it really runs the gamut from all of your general stuff like English and psychology and whatnot to business and information systems, industry and manufacturing, all of your health and wellness. So we really do have something for everyone. But if you're not real decided yet, we do also have career pathways. And these are nice for students who are undecided but have a potential academic interest. And by that, we simply mean, maybe you love working with people. So maybe human behavior and education might be a great general studies pathway to go into. Or you like working with your hands, but you're not sure quite which program you'd like. Maybe industry, manufacturing, and skilled trades career pathway would be good for you to start out in. You can certainly continue on and graduate in these, or you can change your major to more target what you want to do, or you can transfer on to a four-year college when you're done with us. So community colleges are also known for their great affordable education. So our tuition right now is about $5,600 for a Luzerne County students. A little bit more than that for an Abbott County student, but you can see here how we compare to public and private institutions. And that is before your financial aid. So in addition to very affordable tuition, you can also do your FAFSA like you would for any other college, your free application for federal student aid, to see what federal and state grants you may be eligible for. You can use any of the scholarships you may be awarded here. You can apply for scholarships at LCCC. We do offer work study, and we also have a monthly payment plan. So lots of options to help you afford your education. If you do have any questions about financial aid, we do encourage you to direct them to our financial aid office. We have a fun new texting platform that you can use, and that would be 570-215-5215. So you can actually text in your questions now to our financial aid office, which is really cool. So if you are a rising junior or senior and you're interested in getting some college credits before you move on to college, you can certainly do that with us. We do have some high schools in the area who are doing an in-high school program. And for those students, they pay about $40 a credit. If you want to take them on any of our campus locations or online, that would be $65 per credit. And that just compares to our regular tuition of $134 per credit. And students do this for a variety of reasons. Some want to get ahead, some want to be challenged, some want to just, see what's out there and dabble a little bit in some different things. So if you're interested, that opportunity is there as well. And the nice thing about doing classes through early college or even coming to us for your freshman and sophomore years is that we have lots of transfer agreements. And transfer agreements are great because you can do 2 years here at LCC's rates and transfer out to a four-year college or university as a junior or a third-year student. You can do this by using transfer agreements, or you can use dual admissions agreements. Dual admissions agreements are a little bit more robust than transfer agreements. You do get additional scholarships based on your GPA here at LCCC. Those do have a few rules. You must complete a dual admissions intent form before you complete 30 credits with us. And then you must graduate from LCCC before transferring in order to access those scholarships. But I mean, it's a really good deal. You're not only getting the scholarships, but you're guaranteed admission. So something to think about. Once you are a student with us, you do have access to our student support services, which include academic advising, counseling, tutoring, accessibility services for students with disabilities, career services, and the new All One Recovery Educational Institute, which is here to assist students who are in recovery from any kind of substance abuse with their educational process. We also have a robust student life and athletics program. So we have over 40 clubs and organizations and honor societies for you to get involved in. We do encourage you to get involved on campus. It's a great way to connect with people on the campus community, develop leadership skills, and make some new friends. We also have athletics at the community college. And I'm always surprised because people seem to think that community colleges don't have athletics, but we do. Lots of fun ways for you to get involved here, including sports teams. We are part of the National Junior College Athletic Association Division III and the Eastern Pennsylvania Athletic Conference. So lots of great ways to connect with us. We are doing virtual events, live chats and information sessions, but we've also brought back live campus tours. And in the fall, we will have an open house that will be on campus. So we're very, very excited about that. And if you have any questions, here's our email information. Feel free to get in touch with us. And again, our email or our web address is luzerne.edu. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Alfred University.
Well, good afternoon or evening. Hello and welcome to Saxon Country. My name is Barb Condrate and I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at Alfred. And I'm going to walk you through a general overview of some of the amazing opportunities you'll find here at AU. We've been around for quite a while. We were founded in 1836 and we're actually the second oldest co-ed institution in the country. We were inclusive from the very start, welcoming international students, students of color, Indigenous students, well before many other schools. We're located in the beautiful Southern Tier region of Western New York. The village of Alfred is picturesque. It's a rural setting and unique. It's actually the home to two colleges, Alfred University and a predominantly two-year school, Alfred State. If you've never made it to our neck of the woods before, here's a map of campus. You can easily walk from one end of campus to the other in about 10 minutes, depending on how fast you walk. If you know what you'd like to study, terrific. But if not, please don't worry. One of the many reasons for attending college, no matter where you go, is to figure out what your passions are and explore different avenues and possible careers. Our campus has a community feel of about only 1,800 students. Our average class is 18, and we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. From our Center of Academic Success with tutoring services and individualized plans for student achievement, to our Career Development Center, which will help you find internships and jobs, you will leave Alfred with the skills that will help you make an impact on the world. Of course, it starts with academics. So let's take a look at the 4 units. Our School of Art and Design, which by the way is one of the top 10 schools of art and design in the country, you'll create without any constraint in a supportive multidisciplinary environment that encourages creativity, research, and travel. You won't major in a particular medium with your BFA degree because it's comprehensive. You'll work in an interdisciplinary curriculum that allows you to explore all the mediums that we have to offer. You'll never leave Alfred with anything but being creative and an innovative maker who's adapted to the many facets of the art world. The Performing Arts Division is also a part of the School of Art and Design, and it has 2 majors, theater and music, and several minors. Our facilities are spectacular and a must-see no matter what you're visiting Alfred University for. Our nationally ranked School of Engineering offers 6 majors listed here. And as you can see, there's many unique programs. You can start out as an undeclared engineering major as well for your first year and consider them all, and you'll get great advising. It's hands-on learning from the beginning at Alfred. We have over 80,000 square feet of lab space where students get to learn, create, and explore their passions. You'll interact with world-renowned professors in small classrooms from the very beginning. Our College of Liberal Arts is our largest of 4 colleges, and it has the most majors and minor options, and it has the largest amount of students enrolled. Students choose to study from over 60 majors and minors and have opportunities for research, hands-on learning, and travel. The Liberal Arts College is also proud to have an active Phi Beta Kappa chapter and a fantastic honors program open to students throughout Alfred University. The College of Business offers numerous majors and minors, such as marketing, health planning and management, and data analytics. There's also a 4+1 Masters of Business Administration option, and that's open to all of our students at Alfred University after they get their bachelor's degree. Our business students are launching businesses from campus, working with local, national, and international companies on different projects and internships, and they also travel the globe to enrich their classroom experiences. The College of Business proudly holds the AACSB accreditation. It's an honor achieved by fewer than 5% of business schools and colleges worldwide. Now let's see what happens outside the classroom, because that too is important. No matter what college you choose, the college experience is only what you make of it. Our students are involved in the community of Alfred University and Alfred, New York. We have more than 80 student-led options, such as outdoors clubs, service organizations, cultural clubs. We also offer 22 Division III athletic teams, along with several clubs and intramural options. You definitely won't be bored at Alfred University. Alfred is a residential college. You live in a residence hall, and it's part of your whole educational experience, just like going to class. You'll meet new people, encounter new ideas, overcome differences, and develop lifelong relationships. There are different residential options to fulfill the 3-year residency requirement. Our dining options range from full service, all you can eat, to grab and go. There's lots of restaurants around our community. We even have cooking classes through the community table, which is located in our campus center. Now let's take a quick look at our application process. To apply, you can apply on the Alfred application, the Common App, the Coalition. It's all free to apply. We have a December 1st deadline for early action and a regular decision deadline of preferred of February 1st. We are test optional through 2023. We just need your high school transcript, a letter of recommendation, and an essay. And of course, if you're applying to our School of Art and Design, a portfolio. We give lots of financial aid and scholarships, very, very competitive, and we want you to visit us. Please come, we are open and we're eager to share what it means to be outside of ordinary.
Thank you so much. And next up, we have University of Colorado Boulder.
Hi there. Can I just confirm that you can hear me?
Yep, you're all good.
Thank you very much. All right. I'm going to share my screen with you all. My name is Heather Moser, and I am an Assistant Director of Admission at CU Boulder. I am actually our Chicagoland Regional, so I am covering this presentation for one of my other colleagues, but I will certainly provide contact information for you all in the chat and then at the end as well, so that you are able to contact them. Also, fun fact, I lived in Pennsylvania for a bit, so I'm super excited to be talking to you all. But more about Colorado Boulder. So we are located in Boulder, Colorado, which is at the base of the Rocky Mountains and is about a 30-minute drive from Denver. So you can see here in this photo, the beautiful Rocky Mountains are pretty much in your view all the time on campus. We are a large public state institution with about 34,500 students enrolled total. About 29,500 of those are going to be undergraduate students. So we certainly have, a large population of students who come in. We are considered to be the #1 college town in America. That's really fun because it just really means that there's a lot for you to do around campus, like Pearl Street Mall, which is super close with restaurants and shops. And then there's hiking or even skiing that's less than 30 minutes away. We have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which really does give you an opportunity to get to know your faculty during office hours or after class. And then in addition to that, about 85% of our classes have fewer than 50 students, and 50% of our classes have fewer than 25 students. So 25 or less. There's a lot for you to be able to cover in terms of courses and fields of study as well. We certainly welcome innovation and definitely support this culture by encouraging our students to get involved with programs like research. So you'll definitely have that opportunity as a student. We are a Tier 1 research institution and provide undergraduate research opportunities through our undergraduate research opportunities program. As I mentioned, we are considered to be the #1 college town in America, but in addition to that, we're also considered to be the happiest and the healthiest. So really, it's not uncommon to see our students outside, really being active and enjoying everything that Colorado and Boulder has to offer them. We get about 300 days of sunshine a year, so you certainly have a lot of opportunities to do that. Let's talk a little bit about academics. So looking at the academics, you have a lot of different majors and minors in which you can choose from. I certainly don't have time to go through them all today, but I definitely encourage you to do a virtual information session with us to learn more about those. What's important to know is that you certainly have the opportunity to double major or add on a minor to your area of study. We really do welcome that cross-disciplinary study and really hope that you'll take advantage of everything we have to offer through these 7 distinct college schools and programs that are available to you. We also have an undecided option for our students. So that was going to be our program in exploratory studies, as you see right here. If you don't really see a major or program that fits in any of these options, you can come in undecided. And that's great because you'll have very intentional advising that will lead you through the process of declaring your major, which you can certainly do at the end of your freshman year. Now, let's discuss housing and dining. So for us, it's meant to be more than just a place that you live and eat, but the goal is really to provide you with more of a home away from home. So we want you to start to build your community, meet your academic goals, and then also, start to make friends and create a sense of balance essentially. So living on campus is going to be part of your residential experience. You are required to live on campus in your first year. And we have 3 different kind of living options for you. Residential academic programs are the opportunity for you to live with students that are in the same academic area as you. Living and learning communities are going to be more interest-based. So we have like an undecided learning living community. There's a gaming living learning community and so on. And then we do have the traditional residential experience, which is essentially you having opportunities to connect with your residence hall through your RA and just different events like that as well. But just knowing that you are required to live on campus in your first year, and then you will have a ton of different dining options as well. I've never once heard a student complain about the food, and there's tons of variety. So we're always happy to answer any questions that you have on that. So as I've mentioned, there's a lot to do in Boulder. I think that's partially why students are interested in us, because we've got these beautiful mountains, we've got a lot to do while also having great academics. So we want you to find that balance and really get out there and enjoy what we have to offer. So just looking here, you can see hiking is super close. We've got skiing less than 30 minutes away. Fair and Field is going to be kind of like your backyard as a first year student, and then an amazing rec center as well. And there's so much more than just this that I've listed. You've had opportunities, if you want to study abroad, volunteer, get out and enjoy nature, as well as entrepreneurship, research, and the arts. All of these will have different academic programs and things available to you as a student. And then again, if you have questions on those, I'm always happy to go deeper into detail, but just knowing that, you'll certainly have opportunities to get involved in these types of things. Now, talking about the application process, which certainly is very important at this time. So when you're looking at our application checklist, I always recommend that you continue to check our website, just because you never know if things can change or alter, especially as we go and make edits to the Common App and things like that. But you are able to apply directly onto the Common Application. That is the only way in which you can apply to CU Boulder. We do have 2 essays that we ask that you complete. One is going to be the Common Application essay, and then one is going to be a CU Boulder specific essay. There is an application fee. We do require that you send us your high school transcripts. And then also, if you are taking college courses or dual enrollment or something like that, also make sure that you send us your college transcripts. Our SAT or ACT is optional, but we will super score those if you end up sending them to us. Our academic letter of recommendation is a requirement, and then also the option to submit a resume or an activities list. Here are the 2 deadlines, November 15th or January 15th for early action or regular decision. Early action is not a binding agreement, so it's really where we see a majority of our applicants apply. And then the last thing, is just that some of our campus visits are opening up, but we do require that you all attend a virtual information session prior to coming to campus and taking a tour. So all of that information is available on our website, and I will certainly link that link so that you have access to it. But thank you so much for listening to this presentation.
Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to invite all of our wonderful presenters to join me back on camera and to unmute themselves, because we do have some time for a bit of advice and for you to share some of your expertise with our attendees today. So the first question I'd like to pose is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll start with Stevenson University.
I think this is a very good question and so important. What I usually advise students when they're going through the search process is to make a list of your non-negotiables. What is important to you? Not your best friend or your parents or your teachers, or what's important to you? Is it being in a certain location? Is it learning best in a small environment, or you want to be at a big university for that type of environment? Is it playing a certain sport in college and then being realistic about, making those contacts with coaches and sharing your ability levels and things like that? Or is it being part of marching band or an orchestra, being a part of theater, study abroad? What are those things that you have to have in your college career? Make a list of those and then utilize the great online tools. There are lots of great college search engines online where you can apply filters using those criteria that you set up for yourself. So that's one thing that I like to share, is make a list of what is important to you individually.
Luzerne County Community College.
Building on what Stevenson said, once you've made that list and you've narrowed down your top 3 to 5, visit. COVID is receding, hopefully. So in the fall, most of us will have on-campus visits available. Walk on the campus, eat the food, talk to people who are there. Make sure it is where you want to be. There's nothing worse than getting into your first semester of college and realizing, oh no, I made a horrible mistake. So my advice is visit, visit, visit.
Alfred University.
Well, definitely, as you see, there's a number of us here today. And so to sort of jump off of also what has been shared, utilize each of us at the schools that you're considering. Ask questions of those of us. We love that. That's why we work in admissions. We love to share information and how we might be a great fit for you and the opportunities that we can afford you. You know, definitely check out the website, but if there's opportunities to do Zooms now, of course, we know there's so many different ways you can connect with us, whether it's texting, you can do a Zoom interview, you can visit campus, but definitely connect with us in admissions and let us help you get to those things that are the most important for you to know about our colleges.
University of Colorado Boulder, excuse me.
I always recommend that you stay organized. And I think that is definitely a very broad thing to say, but I mean it specifically in a sense of know when certain deadlines are and know what colleges or universities require what. So we all have different application requirements as well as deadlines, and you wouldn't want to not be considered for something because you didn't, submit something on time or maybe submitted the wrong document. So definitely stay organized, whether it is, having Excel sheets or documents that you have all of this organized in your computer, or, just making sure that you have access to all of those different portals that we require and that sort of thing. But in short, stay organized.
And starting again with Stevenson University, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
We have a Founders Day every October 1st that commemorates when the university was founded and goes back to our roots. And it's commemorated with lots of different things. We have a tea event on campus. We have a Mr. and Miss SU competition. We have a talent show, fashion show. So lots of different things to commemorate the founding of our university every October 1st.
Luzerne County Community College.
I think my favorite event on campus is the Welcome Back Bash. So about second or third week of each semester, we get everybody together and we have lots of food and we have games, and it's a chance for all of our clubs to see who's interested in that club or activity, so that they can try to get some membership for the year. So that's probably my favorite one, just because students get to kind of hang out and introduce each other to themselves and just get together.
Alfred University.
Oh, I would say probably my favorite tradition we have is something called Hot Dog Day. It's usually at the end of April, so you do not know necessarily in beautiful Western New York what the weather is going to be like, but it's great whether it's snow or 70. It was started by two amazing alumni about 50 years ago around a hot dog and a Coke. It's a festival for about 2 or 3 days. It's kind of like our spring homecoming, so alumni come back. There's a carnival. There's a lot of events. There's an art show. There's a hot glass throwing competition, and all of the money is raised for charity. And actually, Mark O'Mara, one of the alumni that started it, was just recently on Fox Business News. He's a remarkable human being, and he was on there sharing he owns movie theaters and how he kept all of his employees employed during the pandemic and the future of theaters. He's just remarkable, and it just keeps showing every year. But it's just a wonderful event.
University of Colorado Boulder.
So at every home football game that we have on campus, we have our live mascot, who is a large buffalo, and she will come onto campus and run across the field at the beginning of the game and then at halftime as well. That's just a ton of fun. Mostly, I've talked to students who have said that they aren't even sports fans, but they go just because of how much fun that can generate. So just a lot of fun, a really cool tradition that our campus does. And she runs through the field with our Ralphie runners, which is basically a sport, but her name is Ralphie, so that's what they call them.
And we'll stay with you, Boulder. Give an interesting or fun fact about your school, kind of, I'm sure, going off of your favorite event or tradition, I'm sure. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like I usually interchangeably use that for both of these questions, depending on time. But I would just say, mine's going to be a little bit more general and a little bit more informational. But I think that what's really, really nice about campus and what is offered to you is our public transportation. So this isn't interesting or fun, but I think it's really good to know. You have access to incredible public transportation that will take you all throughout Boulder and Denver. So it really makes it easy for you to not have to bring a vehicle with you while you are coming to campus. In addition to that, it's super safe. So it's definitely a really, really good option for students and also super good to know.
Alfred University.
A fun fact, maybe kind of serious, but it's heartwarming to me, is I had mentioned earlier in my presentation that we are the second oldest co-ed institution in the country, but we're actually the oldest co-ed institution in the country to have always allowed men and women to major in the same majors and take all the same classes and to be educated in the same room from the very beginning.
Luzerne County Community College. You're muted. There you go.
I don't know how much fun this fact is, but we are on the top of a hill, so you can see an amazing view on our campus, and the wind never stops blowing. So in the summer, it's great. In the winter, bring your warm woolies because you will freeze.
And Stevenson University.
Stevenson has a chapter of the Ravens flock, which is actually the first of its kind across the NFL. So naturally, being right outside of the Baltimore area, we're big Ravens fans on campus. And the Ravens have partnered with our university to develop this college club called the Ravens Flock that not only is a fan club for students, but it actually has career value to it because we are able to bring speakers from the Ravens organization to our campus to talk with students about what it's like to work in the sports industry. Under our business program, we have a sport management track. So of course, a lot of those students are interested in a career in that field. And then there's just really interesting internship opportunities that can come out of it as well, shadowing, not to mention just a really fun group of people to have some wings and watch a football game with. So that's the first of its kind, and we're excited to have that.
Well, that about wraps up our time together. I first and foremost want to thank our wonderful presenters for your insight, your information about each of your institutions. And for those who tuned in today, thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to go and sign up for more. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as other session recordings at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Thank you again for joining, and we wish you a great rest of your day.